Hello, everyone. I'm Marlene,
I'm Maddie.
And I'm Emmy.
and we're here to talk about how blockchain has impacted and disrupted the healthcare industry. We hope to show you how this technology has the opportunity to change the industry and the ways it can be implemented.
Blockchain would offer healthcare a safe and secure system to share data more efficiently. Through blockchain technology, healthcare would be able to optimize real data through vast connectivity, through sharing, analyzing, and verifying information. This leads to accelerated and more coordinated care for hospital systems. For patients and providers, they could have the information they need when they need it most.
One promising use case for blockchain technology outside of Bitcoin is in healthcare. Right now in the US, we spend $3 trillion annually on healthcare. That's 20% of our gross domestic product. What that means is for every $5 we make, we spend $1 on healthcare. Part of the reason for this high cost of healthcare is inefficient data systems. For example, when you go to the doctor's office, you may have to fill out paperwork once, and then when you go to a different doctor's office 6 months later, you may have to fill out the exact same paperwork. Part of the reason for this is the data systems of these healthcare providers are siloed. The way in which blockchain technology could be used is it could record pointers to all of this information in different databases that doctors could only access if they have the right permissions. Because of how a blockchain is structured, that data would remain secure, private, and impossible to tamper with, which will make doctors, patients, and insurance payers happy.
We interviewed Gianna Ricotta from Burst IQ about the impact and opportunity blockchain has on healthcare. She said the biggest benefits of blockchain include streamlining workflows, one source of truth, and connecting disparate data. From a patient perspective, all your health records will be connected in one place. It will allow for deep learning to see butterfly effects from any change.
Dirty data is any data that is inaccurate, incomplete, or obsolete. Medical errors include incorrect diagnosis, scans, lab reports being listed in your patient file, omissions like unrecorded allergies, and wrong medication dosages. Kaiser found that 1 in 10 people who access records online end up requesting that they be corrected, and 70% of records have wrong information. While some errors are harmless, like having the wrong date, some errors are fatal. Medical errors are the third leading cause of death, and a CNBC article states that 250,000 people in the US die every year from medical errors, but some reports claim numbers as high as 440,000. 2. Data tampering. This goes back to the medical errors and inaccurate data, but the act is intentional. 3. Interoperability. Unlike some nations like the UK, there is no unique patient identifying number linked to a single centralized record in the United States, which is why you fill out new paperwork every time you go to the doctor. 4. Ownership. While you have the right to view the records, patients don't actually own any or all of their data. 5. High cost of healthcare. The adoption of blockchain could save the healthcare industry up to 100 to 150 billion per year by 2025. The main potential unintended consequence of blockchain technology in the healthcare industry is that since patients are in control of their health information, there is a possibility that patients can lose their private keys or mismanage data access. This is a major concern as there is a potential risk that all data could be lost and unable to be recovered.
The first issue is equal access to smartphones. A Pew Research Center survey found that 71% of people making less than $30,000 are less likely to own a smartphone, while 85% of those making between 30K and 100K owned a smartphone, and 97 for those who had six-figure salaries. Every person would need to have access to the internet to be able to access their medical information. Secondly, user-friendly interface is extremely important. The user interface needs to be designed for non-technical users. Third, healthcare data needs to be compliant with HIPAA. Health information is very private and needs to follow all regulations. Fourth, it is a lot harder for smaller practices to implement blockchain technology than big healthcare companies because of the cost involved. Lastly, we interviewed Nicole Tay, a blockchain consultant in healthcare, about the social issues blockchain presents in this industry. She said that the worst case would be that the old healthcare system uses new technology to keep making money, exploiting patients while patients are still in the dark and dependent on institutions to manage their health. This would not solve any problems with the current healthcare system today. Blockchain is a technology that is already getting massive attention in the healthcare industry. 40% of health execs see blockchain as a top 5 priority. Also, the global healthcare market spend on blockchain is expected to hit $5.61 billion by 2025, according to a report by BIS Research. The adoption of the blockchain technology could save the healthcare industry up to $100 to $150 billion per year by 2025 in data breach-related costs, IT costs, operation costs, support function costs, and personnel costs, and through a reduction in frauds and counterfeit products. As you can see, healthcare companies are already seeing the benefits in this technology, and as companies implement blockchain, more companies will follow in their footsteps.